double checking you can hear me, and then I'm going to run back to the computer. So say hi if you're there. Hi. Okay, so hi everybody, I'm Sophie. We've still got a few minutes before we get started. So if you want to grab yourself a couple of pillows and a blanket. If you have a bolster, great, but you really don't need it for this practice. And I've designed it so that you can be doing this on your bed if you'd like to get really comfortable. Otherwise, if you've got enough floor space, head onto your mat. So I'm going to head over to computer now. If you have any questions, let me know. And we'll just give everyone a couple more minutes before we get started. Exciting. Okay, so hoping you can all hear me all right. Welcome to the practice. I know there's some people I know, some people I don't, so if I know you, hi again. If I don't, welcome. This is an hour's class for lovely restorative yin. So the whole intention is that we're finding some nice grounding energy here, allowing ourselves to come back to that sense of inner peace in this turbulent and crazy time. And it is such an honor to be able to share this practice with you. I can't tell you. So without further ado, we're going to start on our backs. If you do have a pillow, you might want to bring it underneath the knees. And what a really nice thing to do here is if you've got a blanket as well, make yourself a nice little sausage. By the way, you can totally do this without the props as well. So if you're panicking, you don't have anything, not to worry, it works without the props, but just a little something to keep you comfy. So wrapping up your little sausage like this. And then when you're ready, we're going to bring pillows underneath the knees and then lying down flat on the back. So making yourself really comfortable here. And then pressing into the back of the head just so you can snuggle the shoulder blades underneath you. Letting the hands fall out either side, palms face up. And just allowing the whole body to melt down into the earth. And from here, just noticing what's going on with the mind. Seeing where our thoughts are naturally wandering. And then when you're ready, drawing your awareness back down into your body. Noticing all the sensations of the body. Seeing if there's anywhere that feels particularly hot. Or any areas of cold or coolness in the body. Any tingling sensations. Any areas of tension or tightness in the body. And then any areas of softness. And allowing the whole body to melt down into this softness. Finding the body becoming really heavy. Almost as if you're melting into the earth itself. And then from here, we'll start to guide our awareness into the breath. Just noticing that natural rise and fall of the belly. Not trying to change anything, just seeing how we're naturally breathing. Where in our bodies are we sending our breath? And then starting to deepen that breath. Breathing deep down into the belly on the inhale. And letting it all out on the exhale. Inhaling through the nose. And sighing it out the mouth. Slowly extending each breath. And starting to focus in particular on those exhales. Making each exhale slightly longer than the last. And as we lie here, setting our intention, our sankalpa for the practice. So what brings you to the mat or the bed this evening? Calling that intention to mind and then placing it in the present tense. So if it's that you'd like to feel more relaxed, we're saying, I am relaxed. Or I am grounded. Or I am present. Whatever it is, calling that to mind. And then we'll take 3 deep breaths together. Inhaling through the nose. Sighing it out the mouth. Inhaling through the nose. Sighing it out. Inhaling through the nose. Making any noise as you need to on this exhale. Lovely. From here, we're going to walk the feet over to the bottom left-hand corner of the mat or your bed. And then bumping the hips over to the right, crossing the right ankle over the left, and then the hands come up and over to the top left corner. So we're making a banana shape here, opening up the side body, finding that nice length through the right side. And then taking a hold of the right wrist with the left hand. And allowing yourself to melt down here once you've got a comfortable position. So having a little fidget. And then when you're ready, sinking down here. So we're just gently opening that side body and using the breath to help with that. So really expanding through the right side of the rib cage with the breath. Taking 5 more deep breaths here. Lovely. When you're ready, slowly unraveling, coming back to center. And then we'll take it all over to the other side. So bumping the hips over to the left, feet coming to the bottom right-hand corner, and then the left ankle hooking over the top of the right foot. And then the hands coming up and overhead to the top right corner. Finding that nice expansion through the left side body. And having a little fidget here, maybe you can go a little bit deeper into the stretch if that feels good. And then when you're ready, sinking down. And seeing if there's anywhere in the body that's ready to release here. Letting the eyes fall back in their sockets. Releasing through the jaw. And sending that breath deep into the left rib cage. Fanning those ribs open with the breath. Keeping the breath nice and fluid. And we'll take 5 more deep breaths here. And then when you're ready, we'll continue all the way on to the right side, finding a fetal position here, curling up, drawing the knees to the chest, and just taking a moment here to recalibrate. And then when you're ready, using the hands to guide yourself up, maybe seeing if you can keep the eyes closed here, and really noticing how you're moving in these transitions. Keeping that nice mindfulness even in between the poses. And then when you're ready, we're going to move the pillows off to one side and send both legs out long to start with. I'll come to face you. So from here, we'll inhale the hands all the way to the sky, reaching tall, and then exhale, just drawing them down, finding that nice space around the body. Inhale, drawing the hands through center all the way to the sky. Exhale, drawing down. Lovely, one more time. Beautiful. From here, we're going to draw the right knee into the left leg and opening up through that hip there. So maybe you want to move that foot a little bit further away from you. Maybe you want it closer in. So just see what feels good. And then if you feel like that's uncomfortable, if the knee is struggling, if there's a little bit of tightness in the hip, we can just bring that pillow underneath, give ourselves the support we deserve. Letting that sink down there. And then pulling the left foot towards you to start with, finding a nice stretch through the back of the leg. And then from here, we'll inhale, finding a nice long spine, crown of the head rises tall. And then we'll walk ourselves forwards from here. So just seeing how you go. If you feel like the hamstring of the left leg is really tight, we can bring a blanket underneath that knee or any extra padding that you have. Otherwise, sinking down from here, thinking length through the spine, and then folding forwards. Just seeing where you come to. And when you're ready, we'll draw the crown of the head down, relaxing the head, finding that nice neck stretch through the back of the neck. I'm not going to go all the way because I don't want you hearing my breath through the microphone being too distracting. So when you're ready, settling down here. And just noticing if there's an urge to really push yourself to your edge, to your maximum limit. And seeing if you can ease off from there. So we're not proving anything, we're just finding that lovely subtlety in the pose. Often the magic doesn't come right at the hard edges. And if at any point you feel like you need to ease back, go ahead. If it's painful at all. But just noticing that intensity of the sensation. And here's the real practice, is sitting with slight intensity or discomfort and seeing our reaction to that. So really dropping into that witness of our own mind. And seeing if we can stay here, stay with the pose. And having that curiosity of what the body really feels like here. Where are we noticing sensation? Where can we find a little bit more release? Where in the body is ready to surrender to gravity? And as we slowly sink into stillness here, just noticing the effect on the mind. As we slow down the body, slowing down the breath, can we start to find a little bit more space in between the thoughts? We'll take 5 more deep breaths here, sending that breath deep down into the right hip. And then when you're ready, again, keeping the eyes closed if you can, walking yourself all the way back up into your seat, moving really slowly. And then enjoying that nice alignment to gravity again. Taking out the props from underneath the legs if you have any. And then we'll send both feet out long, drawing the hands behind you, sinking down into the shoulders there. And we'll find some nice movement into the hips. So moving the feet one way and then the other and letting that movement start at the hips. So we're getting some freedom there. And while we're here, we'll find some nice circles into the ankles. One way and then the other. Any nice clicks like I've got? And then when you're ready, coming back to center, finding that nice long spine again. And then this time we'll draw the left foot in. So we're taking it over to the other side. And again, having a little play around. Maybe you want the foot closer to you. Maybe you want it further away. See how you go. If you feel like the back of the right foot, right leg even, is very tight, again, we can pop a little something underneath the knee just to support you there, a pillow or a blanket. And again, bringing a pillow underneath that left leg just to support the hip. Otherwise, going all the way down, depending what feels good for you and your body. And seeing if there's a difference between this side and the last side. Just having a nice gentle curiosity with our bodies here. So from here, flexing through the right foot. Inhale, finding that nice long spine. And then when you're ready, folding forwards. Keeping that length in the spine to start with. So we're just pivoting at the hips. And then when you feel like you're ready, folding forwards. So it doesn't matter how far forwards you come at all. It's just finding that length through the back of the body and that sensation of folding in on ourselves, letting the weight of the head fold forwards. And the hands can be wherever they feel most comfortable, either on the mat or taking a hold of the foot or the leg. Having a little fidget to start with, making sure you're at the most comfortable pose. And then when you're ready, sinking in here. This is a really nice, gentle way to start opening up our hips. And in the Yin philosophy, we believe that we hold and store a lot of our emotion in the hips. So by doing these lovely hip openers, we're starting to release that energy that's been stored up. So if you feel any strong emotions coming from these poses, anything coming up, just know that that's totally normal. And just allow that energy to sink down into the earth. Finding that sensation of the earth taking the energy for you. And then returning our awareness back into the breath. Back into the sensations of the body. Dropping back into that present moment of what it feels like to be here in this pose, right now, in this moment. Really enjoying the last of this pose. And then when you're ready, really slowly easing back up, using the hands to guide you. And then we'll draw the hands behind the back, sending both legs out long. And again, finding that nice movement here into the feet, into the hips. Enjoying that freedom that comes after these poses. And then from here, planting the feet down into the earth. And we'll just windshield wiper out the hips. So moving the knees over to one side and then the other. Staying with the breath here. So maybe that means slowing down the movement. Great. From here, we're going to bring the pillow back underneath the legs. Or bolster if you have one. If you don't have a pillow, don't worry, we can do it without as well. So we're coming into a supported forward fold here, Paschimottanasana. So allowing the legs to fall down heavy here, finding that nice space. And then when you're ready, inhaling, finding that nice long spine again, and thinking up and over as we fold over ourselves. Either having the hands in contact with the feet or the earth or wherever feels most comfortable. And then we'll allow the weight of the head to fold forwards here. If you feel like that's really uncomfortable in the back of the neck, we can bring a book or something just to bring the earth up to you, or keep your elbows down, supporting yourself on your fists. So just allowing yourself to settle in here, finding any movement you need to really sink down into the pose. Slowly finding a little bit more release into the body. Seeing if there's any extra pockets throughout the body that are ready to surrender. Finding that sense of melting down. Not forcing it, just letting gravity do the work for us. And again, releasing through the jaw and forehead, finding that softness in the face. And what I love about forward folds is that it really gives you the opportunity to close off the outside world. Tuning back into our deep inner knowledge. That deep peace that resides within us all if only we give it enough space. We'll stay here for 5 more breaths. And then when you're ready, using the hands to slowly guide yourself back up. We'll find that nice long spine again. And taking a few shoulder rolls here. So inhaling the shoulders all the way up to the ears. Exhale, sighing them down the back. Inhale, rising tall, squeezing at the top. Exhaling down. One more time. Great. From here, we'll shift that bolster or pillow out from underneath the legs. And then bending the knees going to come to lie all the way back on our backs. Moving really slowly and enjoying that lovely contact with the earth when you get there. And we'll hug the knees up into the chest, giving ourselves a nice squeeze here, finding that sway from side to side, massaging out the lower back. Lovely, and then from here, dropping the knees all the way over to the right side, finding a twist, and letting the left shoulder drop down to the earth. If you feel like that's a bit too much of a twist here, we can bring the pillow underneath the knees. Giving ourselves a bit more support there. And then let's have the hands resting on the belly. Reminding ourselves of that nice rise and fall of the belly. And enjoying that comfort of the hands into the belly. Staying with a nice steady breath. Seeing if you can allow the body to melt down into the earth. Finding any extra sense of relief here. We'll take 5 more breaths here. And then when you're ready, slowly coming back to center, giving the knees a nice hug again. We all need an extra hug these days. And then sending the knees over to the left, finding that twist on the other side. And dropping the right shoulder back down to the earth, looking out over the shoulder. Again, bringing the pillows underneath the knees if that feels like you need a little bit more support here. So taking your time to get really comfy here. And then settling in once you've got that sweet spot. In these twists, really feeling like we're rinsing through the spine here energetically. Finding a bit more release through the body. And creating more space. Finding more of a sense of clarity. Five more deep breaths here. And then when you're ready, slowly unraveling, hugging the knees back into the chest, giving yourself a nice squeeze. And then from here, we'll bring the feet back to the earth, feet touching, and then knees are going to fall out wide, coming into a supine Baddha Konasana. Again, if that feels like it's really intense into the hips, we can just take a pillow each side. So bringing one underneath each knee. And then we'll be here for a little while, so maybe you want to take your blanket over the top as well. Your choice. So really allowing yourself to sink in here. Finding that beautiful opening through the hips. And sending your breath deep down into the hips, helping to find that release there. And allowing the hands again to rest on the belly, enjoying that nice contact. Seeing if there's anywhere else in the body that's ready to release. Softening into the earth. And then from here, we can either stay as we are if you're really comfortable. Otherwise, we're going to make our way into Shavasana. So standing the feet out long, palms face up either side of the body. And taking any layers you need here. So maybe you cover yourself over with a blanket, maybe putting on an extra pair of socks if you've got some to hand, jumper. Getting really cozy. I'm going to be sat up so I don't fall asleep, but you're welcome to. So just lying down on the back. Maybe you want to bring that cushion back underneath the knees. And finding that nice sense of release here in Shavasana, corpse pose. Making yourself really comfy. And then when you arrive in that pose, pressing into the back of the head so you can snuggle the shoulder blades underneath you. Letting the feet fall out nice and wide. And allowing the whole body to melt down into the mat. And in your mind's eye, just guiding your awareness through the body and seeing if there's anywhere else that's ready to release. Ready to sink down into the earth. And I'll take us through a guided meditation here. Up to you if you'd like to drift off into your own world or follow my voice. In your mind's eye, drawing your awareness down into the feet. Placing a point of light in every toe. Filling that light into the soles of the feet, into the heels. Both feet filled with your light. Allowing you to totally relax. Drawing that light into the ankles, the knees, hips, both legs filled with your lovely light. Both legs totally relaxed. Drawing that light into the base of the spine. And then drawing that into the belly. The whole belly filled with your golden light. Allowing it to soften and totally relax. Starting to guide that light up into your heart. And softening into that lovely compassion of the heart space. The whole heart totally relaxed. Drawing the light over into the shoulders. The elbows, wrists, every fingertip. Both arms filled with your lovely golden light. Both arms totally relaxed. Drawing that light from the heart space up into the throat. Noticing sensation in the throat. Filling it with your golden light and allowing the whole throat to totally relax. Guiding that light up into the third eye center. Filling the whole head with your golden light. The whole head totally relaxed. The whole body filled with your golden light. The whole body totally relaxed. The whole body totally relaxed. As the body melts further down into the earth, starting to find your roots, growing down through the foundation of the building, reaching down into the earth's crust, and all the way down to the center of the earth. Finding that beautiful connection with the earth herself. And then finding that earth's energy rising back up through your roots. And seeing how your roots intertwine with the roots of those practicing with us today from all over the world. Finding that energy rising back up to meet you. Meeting you exactly as you are. Allowing you to feel totally safe and supported. And allowing the whole body to totally relax. The whole body totally relaxed. Allowing yourself to stay in this dreamy state. I'm going to finish with a little lullaby. So just allowing the song to wash over you. Oh, the summertime has come, and the trees are sweetly blooming, and the wild mountain thyme blows around the blooming heather. will he go? Let's he go. And we'll all go together to wild mountain thyme, all around the blooming heather. Will he go? Let's he go. I will build my love a bower by yon cool crystal fountain, and around it I will pile all the wild flowers of the mountain. Will he go? Let's he go. And we'll all go together to wild mountain thyme, all around the blooming heather. Will he go? Let's he go. I will range through the wilds and the deep glens, see dreaming, I return with their spoils to the bower of my dearie. Will he go? Let's he go. And we'll all go together to wild mountain thyme, all around the blooming heather. Will he go? Let's he go. And we'll all go together to wild mountain thyme, all around the blooming heather. Will he go? Let's he go. Taking a deep breath into the belly and sigh it out. Slowly starting to wiggle the fingers and the toes, drawing your awareness back into the physical body, and then finding any gentle movement that feels good, anything your body's calling you for. And then when you're ready, really slowly rolling onto one side, finding a fetal position. Taking a moment to recalibrate there. And then when you're ready, rising back up, finding your seat. Moving really slowly, enjoying that transition. Now we'll bring one hand to the heart, one hand down to the belly when you arrive. taking this time to notice how you feel. And sending yourself some deep love and gratitude for taking the time you needed this evening. And letting that sense of gratitude seep into the whole body. From here, we'll draw our hands together at the heart in prayer, Anjali Mudra. And we'll finish with one Om together, wherever you are at home. So inhaling through the nose. Lovely. Drawing our hands together in the third eye center in gratitude to our teachers in India for sharing this practice with us. And together we'll bow. Thank you, everybody. Such a joy. I'm going to hang around for a few moments if you wanted to ask me any questions in the type box. But otherwise, I wish you a really, really lovely, restful evening. We'll be here till Sunday doing these free classes. And after that, we'll still be doing it online. So it would be great to see you all there virtually. It's so wonderful to connect with you all still. Sending you so much love. Mwah.